Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an aspect. If you're following me and you're new to my channel, I welcome you all. I hope that regardless of what you guys are going through or whatever reason you landed on my page today, that you find some clarity, understanding, peace, and hope, and some of the solutions that you may be looking for. As you know, I'm here to hopefully help and guide you through it, as well as to educate you all on just everyday personal struggles of what you may be going through versus just, your personal versus maybe your mental health versus your general health, or just everyday personal struggles of what we go through in our everyday life when it goes through seasons of change. So I hope to be your girl. There has been more attention, as I said before, that I'm hoping to do as many mental health disorder series as possible, regardless of the time I'm pushing, as well as the autism man. So hopefully, in regards to this, I'll be able to cover as many as I can for you guys, for your enjoyment, and hopefully for you to educate and learn from me and also learn from others. Just as a disclaimer, as always, basically, since this one's all about schizophrenia, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just your normal everyday Joe Blow, sharing my life stories with you all about my condition and everything else that goes with it in that territory. So if you see any signs and symptoms in regards to what I'm sharing with you of this topic or the ones prior before this one, seek professional help for yourself or your loved one. So forever don't condone self-harm. Anyway, this one's going to be called basically the causes and triggers of schizophrenia. So hopefully you're liking these. Smash the like to share and engaging with me, as well as you're liking them, or comment below to say hi Aspie, and whatever the case may be, and maybe open for discussion for this right now about people that may watch it that does go through these personal struggles of these mental health disorders or anything in general. So hopefully we can get to know one another. So this one's, as said, what causes schizophrenia as well as the triggers. Anyway, as we know, basically the exact cause of schizophrenia is unknown today, though, and there has been so much research leading to this of the possible causes. But the different causes, however, just bear in mind, like any other, will operate in different people, obviously, like many other mental health disorders as well. This may be why there is a wide variation in the way the condition develops over time, in its symptoms and in the way it still develops. So I clearly will share with you all about the symptoms and that later on. It's known, however, that there's a genetic link or inherited component to schizophrenia. However, if someone in your family or whānau has schizophrenia, you and your relatives have an increased chance of developing it, but a 1 in 10 chance. Childhood stresses such as trauma and abuse are also being shown to be linked to increased chances of developing mental illnesses in adults in later life. There's a connection between neurotransmitters and schizophrenia because the drugs that alter the levels of neurotransmitters in the brain are known to relieve some of the symptoms of schizophrenia. Research has suggested, however, schizophrenia may be caused by a change in the level of two neurotransmitters, which are your dopamine and serotonin. Some people may be prone to schizophrenia, and a stressful or emotional life may even trigger a psychotic episode for them. However, it's again not known why some people may develop the symptoms while others don't. So the increased risk to look out for, or the chances of it showing, are the genetics, obviously, as I clearly shared with you all. Schizophrenia tends to run in families, but no single gene is thought to be responsible for it. It's more likely that different combinations of genes may people more vulnerable to the condition. However, having these genes doesn't necessarily mean you'll develop schizophrenia. Evidence that the disorder is partly inherited comes from studies of twins. Identical twins share the same genes. In identical twins, if one twin develops schizophrenia, the other twin has a 1 in 2 chance of developing it too. This is true even if they were raised separately. In non-identical twins who have different genetic makeups, however, when one twin develops schizophrenia, the other has a 1 in 7 chance of developing the condition. Well, this is higher than in the general population, where the chances are about 1 in 100. It suggests genes aren't the only factor, however, that influence the developmental of schizophrenia, brain development. Studies of people with schizophrenia have shown there are subtle differences in the structure of their brains. These changes aren't seen in everyone with schizophrenia and can occur in people who don't have a mental illness, but they have clearly suggested that schizophrenia may partly be a disorder of the brain. Neurotransmitters are chemicals that carry messages between brain cells. There's a connection between neurotransmitters and schizophrenia because the drugs that alter the levels of neurotransmitters in the brain are known to relieve some of the symptoms of schizophrenia. Research has shown or suggested schizophrenia may be caused by changing the level of, as I said, two neurotransmitters, dopamine and serotonin. Some studies clearly indicate an imbalance between the two may be the basis of the problem. Others have found a change in the body's sensitivity to the neurotransmitters as part of the cause of schizophrenia. Pregnancy and birth complications. Research has shown people who have developed schizophrenia are more likely to have experienced complications before and during the birth, such as a low birth weight, premature labour, lack of oxygen, asphyxia during birth. It may be that these things have a subtle effect on the brain development. Okay, last but not least, the triggers of schizophrenia. Triggers are things that can cause schizophrenia to develop in people who are at risk, like other mental health disorders. These may include stress. The main psychological triggers of schizophrenia are stressful life events such as bereavement, losing your job or home, divorce, the end of a relationship, being made redundant, the end of a relationship, physical or sexual, emotional abuse. These kinds of experiences, although may be stressful, doesn't cause schizophrenia. However, they can trigger its development in somebody already vulnerable to it. So this quickly ends a real short, brief overview of the causes and triggers of schizophrenia. Give me a like, thumbs up for support, comment below, follow me on my social media sites if you haven't done so. Feel free to follow me if you wish to on my journey with this, as well as many other things I'm hoping to do and share with you all by subscribing to my channel. Feel free to turn on the notification bell. Feel free to share these videos around to family and friends. So, guys, thanks for your support and watching. Do what you love what you're doing. Until next time.